This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
Griffins Nation, welcome back to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast, brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network, by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Connor Acker, going solo today for the first time, so hopefully it goes well. Kyle Acker, my co-host, isn't able to make it today. He's busy doing some papers for college, so I got reins of the ship, so watch out. But yeah, so in today's episode, we're going to go over the news. They got some players, some recent signings and departures. We got our Dylan James players in the pipeline profile and the penalty box. It'll be a nice, quick little episode. And before we get started, just want to let you guys know how my summer's going. It's been going great. I hope everyone else's summer's been going great. I just got back from a trip to the UP up in beautiful Bay City. Had a nice, fun time. Got to go play some disc golf in the mountains. I know some people say they're just hills, but they're made of rock, so it was pretty cool. Did some damage to my discs, but got some fishing done up there. It's really unique, really cool. Had some pasties. I think everyone needs to go up. If you live in Michigan, take a trip up to the UP, get yourself a pasty, have some fun fishing, some camping, have a good time. It's like there's not a lot of places out there in America that have that much nature. It's really, really fun experience. Get a chance up there before it's too late. But all right, let's get into this. So we'll start with the Red Wings news. Joe Veleno signs a 2-year deal. So Joe Veleno will be back in Hockeytown, ending his arbitration. And then Daniel Sprong will not be returning to Hockeytown. He signed with the Vancouver Canucks. So best of luck, Daniel Sprong. So for the Griffins roster, we had Curtis Hall signed to Cleveland. Wyatt Newpower signed to Bridgeport. And kind of the same thing for both of those players. They kind of just we have so many prospects coming in, and they're getting older in age, and they're just not ever going to really make it on the Red Wing system. So best of luck to those guys in their hockey professional careers. And then the big loss for us is Austin Czarnik. We lost Austin Czarnik. He was a big depth piece for the Red Wings and the Griffins. He was like a top guy for us, a top six forward. I think he had a big part into making the guys develop and showing the guys how to score in the AHL. And then he got called up seamlessly up to Detroit to fill in for depth. And it would make some guys mad, because they all wanted the young guys. But, the young guys weren't quite ready last year. But him being gone now opens up that logjam. And you will see guys like Danielson and Casper and Mazur all get called up when there's a call-up situation, So it'll be really cool to see, but we're gonna have to figure out who's gonna take that veteran spot in the lineup, because he was a big part, and we're gonna really miss him. So thank you, Austin Czarnik. So the Griffins signed to a contract. Chaz Redcop, he's a D-man. He was played for the Kalamazoo K-Wings last year. He was their captain. So he might stay up in the Griffins, or he will be probably sent down to the Toledo Walleye. So also in Walleye news, we have Darren Pilon, Brandon Cruz, and Trenton Bliss all returning. It's good to see all those guys back. And then signed to new contracts were Casey Dornbach from the Iowa Heartlanders and Jalen Smerok. So those are some big signings. We'll catch up with Brad to really go over the Walleye moves more in depthly. But yeah, we'll get into this Dylan James pipeline after DraftKings.
Know the beautiful thing about being a sports fan? There's only like 2 days the whole year without a game. 2. With so much happening and so much action, that makes just about every day game day at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's super easy for first timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. It really couldn't be any easier, any simpler. And if you're new to DraftKings, you gotta check this out. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOEPNY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. See terms and responsible gaming resources at dkng.co/base. Is your schedule built around everybody else's life but not your own? Do you always find time slipping into the future and you never have enough to do the things that make you happy? Regardless of big projects and many more of life's obligations, you need to make time for yourself. Don't forget your self-care non-negotiables and never skip therapy. Therapy is not just for those who have experienced major traumas. I personally have benefited from BetterHelp's online therapy. I needed assistance in prioritizing my life while working a full-time job, taking online classes, and co-hosting a podcast while attempting to balance life with family and friends. BetterHelp scheduling made therapy accessible for me and set me up with a helpful therapist specific to my needs based on a brief questionnaire. If you haven't yet, consider BetterHelp if you want to start therapy. The flexible scheduling and online format make it so you can have sessions in the comfort of your own home at a time that works best for you. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/THPN today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp. HELP.com/THPN.
So, today for our players in the pipeline profile, we have Dylan James, left wing out of North Dakota. So Dylan James is a left-handed shooter. He plays left wing. He's a two-way forward. He was drafted in 2022 by the Detroit Redwings, round 2, pick number 40. In the time, he was projected around the 60s, 80s, so it seemed to be a reach by some. But he turns out he's looking pretty good. So he was born on October 12th, 2003 in Calgary, Canada. He is 6 foot and 185 pounds. And like I said, he'll be playing for the University of North Dakota. So he's a great player. He has great body positioning on the boards. He uses his body to twist around defenders to get in the middle ice for setting the puck to the middle for chances. He's a very high IQ player. He knows where to be without the puck. So when he's always sitting there available for a nice pass, or he's sitting there with an open lane to get it out of the zone defensively, or he's there to score. All around, he's always in the right spot. He's also great defensively. He has a great forecheck. His forecheck's really good. I notice he applies the pressure really good. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but his acceleration's amazing, and he gets right in their face, allowing he gets right in their face, allowing not allowing them to get in the center of the ice, forcing the rush to the outside, and he consistently steals the puck. He's a great competitor. He's extremely competitive, and apparently he gets that from his brothers. Apparently he had two older brothers, and they'd always play hockey all the time, all night, all the time on their home rink, and he would be the youngest one, and he would do everything he could to compete with his older brothers. So that's pretty cool to see. And he's amazing, man. He's pretty good, and he's a champion. So in 2001, 2022, he played for the Sioux City Musketeers in the USHL. He played 62 games with 61 points, so that's nearly a point per game, which is amazing. He had 28 goals and 33 assists. So that was really good. He ended up going to the playoffs and taking it all the way to the end. He played 10 games in the playoffs with 8 points, 5 goals, 3 assists, and they ended up winning the Clark Cup. They went all the way. So we got another guy in the pipeline with championship experience. So that's really cool to see. We got other dudes like Scheibom and Carter Mazer, So that's really cool to have another champion here. So then he stepped up to the next division in 2022-23. He went up to the NCAA in the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks. In his first season there, he played 36 games with 16 points, 8 goals, and 8 assists with a +4. He fit right into the Fighting Hawks with his fast speed and his speed. He just fit right in, and his high ability to score. He went in. He didn't quite get the scoring that he did down in the USHL, but that's expected when you're going through a big transition like that. So that year they went to the divisional tournament and won the quarterfinal against Omaha 2-1, and then lost in the semifinal versus St. Cloud. And they didn't go to the national tournament that year. And then 2023-24, Dylan James played 40 games, got 19 points, 9 goals, 10 assists with a +11. So still didn't quite capture that scoring he had in the USHL when he won Rookie of the Year. But he is a consistent two-way player, and you can notice his defense stepped up because he got a +11. So that year, they went to the quarterfinals in the division, won 2-0 versus Miami, and then lost the semifinal 3-6 to Omaha. And then they ended up making the national bid. They went to the national, and then they lost the regionals in the regional semifinal versus Michigan 3-4. So if he could just pick up that scoring and add to that scoring, he could really be a complete solid player. And some of the awards he's won, he was a distinguished scholar athlete last year. He was the Tom Homington Award, which was like one of the best freshmen. And then he won the USHL Rookie of the Year, and obviously the Clark Cup championship with the Sioux City Musketeers. So definitely had some experience. Real good looking kid. And my predictions for him Another solid year in North Dakota with a slight increase in scoring, and hopefully maintains all the defensive stuff he's been doing. And then at the end of the season, I'm hoping he'll sign to the Grand Rapids Griffins and help us in the end. Maybe play a couple playoff games. But all right, let's move on to the penalty box. So for the penalty box, this is our one chance to step away from hockey. We always try to end the episode at a fun note. So we'll take the biggest idiot of the week or the biggest idiot in the time period, and we'll throw them in the penalty box for a 2-minute minor, a 4-minute double minor, a 5-minute major, or a game misconduct. So today I'm throwing country singer from Michigan, Ingrid Andress. She performed national anthem for some sort of horse race, I believe, possibly the Kentucky Derby. And she had so many renditions and dragged it out so long that she gave Fergie a run for her money of the worst national anthem ever. I mean, it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Since then, she has announced on social media that she was drunk that night and that she is seeking help, and she apologizes. And I hope she does get that help because that was terrible. My thing is just sing the song, man. Like, you don't gotta change it, and don't drag it out longer than it needs to be. I mean, most people at the games are already just want the song to end and they want the game to start. So you dragging it out like 20 times was not impressive. So whether you're drunk or not, have fun in the box for 2 minutes. All right, that should wrap us up for this episode. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network, sponsored by DraftKings and BetterHelp. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Give us a 5-star review on Spotify or wherever you listen to us. We're fans. We are not experts. We do it for the fans, by the fans, for the fans. But yeah, we'll see you next week with our next pipeline player in the pipeline. So, go Griffins.